The 3 days that I was there before the camp opened, the population of the camp doubled every day. And there was a major issue of concern, which was this guy in the town had, quote unquote, donated an American flag to the camp. And there was a big issue about whether or not it was going to be accepted. So one day it was decided it was not going to be accepted. Then the next day a bunch more people came, raised the issue again, and so anyway, for several days it kept going back and forth about whether we should accept the flag. The main argument against accepting it was this was an international camp. However, we were opening on the 4th of July in 1983. So finally it was threatening to kind of derail all of the preparations that needed to be happening. At this point, the day before, there were like about 500 women there at that point trying to do consensus on this. And we needed to build walkways, they needed to finish the privies, they needed to do a bunch of other things that were not going to get done. The kitchen needed to be built. A lot of other things needed to be done besides sitting around all day and talking about this flag issue. The leaders or somebody suggested that we do a process, and we divided into 3 groups. The people who were in favor of accepting the flags, the people who were against it, and the people who felt they could be some kind of mediators. Well, I was in that 3rd group, and each of those groups then chose 5 women to represent them. And I was one of the 5 women chosen. So the 15 of us then sat under some tree, some big tree. It probably was that black walnut tree out in the field. And we spent about the next, I think it was 16 or 17 hours in a consensus process. As a result, I did not build any walkways. I did not build the kitchen. I talked and listened. It's that thing that the Quakers say, that if you listen long enough and hard enough, a third way will appear, and it did. So to me, it's always been a magical process. And when people say that, you just can't solve things by consensus, I have to say, let me tell you a story. It truly seemed miraculous to me that out of these people who were dead set, and when they started out, they were dead set against changing their view in any way. I felt really privileged to be part of the process.